about me. Let's talk about the top 4 that will be playing. It says top 3 in the bottom left, but we do have 2 players in the winners finals and 2 Team Liquid players, Chudat and also Hungrybox. 2 players who have long historic stories and legacies in Smash, but specifically very long sets in Melee. I've watched these guys go at it for years, and it feels like it always goes to timeout.
You are right there, Frodan. These guys have a long career, and we're going to see some long matches. I'm not sure if they're already in the...
I thought they were button checking, but looks like the action's a little bit fast and furious already.
I think they're fighting. We're in the action, guys.
Yeah, we're a little bit behind schedule. Top 4 was supposed to start at 4 p.m. and already Hungrybox being able to eliminate Nana. But yet, Chu is known to be a very good Sopo player, but I don't know if he can stand Jigglypuff's edge guard like that.
He is one of the best solo Ice Climber players, as you said. It looks like HBox might be able to catch us back on schedule with that quick stock.
That's right. You know, we were kind of joking around a little bit. Evolution series has such a strong history with Melee dating back to the early days when it was Ken versus, Hugo and even Mango back in 2007, and in 2013 when it made a comeback, Mango gained the two-peat, Armada splitting with Hungrybox over the course of a few years, and then Levin wrapping it up. We were saying, what's going to happen at EVO 2019? Well, it turns out we're going to make up the length of a top 8 by having Hungrybox play against Chudat, which will make up the distance for about 3 sets we would have had otherwise, right, Gary?
Yep.
Yeah.
A rich history of Melee at EVO. A lot of people were disappointed, but you know what?
Man.
The community is here to make their own event. And what a great interrupt right there. Nana was not able to return.
Yeah, that's right. So, as many people know Jigglypuff as a, kind of a grappler character in Smash Bros. Melee, where you're trying to get a bunch of grabs and also get these stray hits with the aerials. Doing a great job separating Popo from Nana to make sure that Chu can't get that wobble off, which we know is not banned in EVO.
Yep.
In fact, that was probably the beginning of the trend for modern wobbling, I believe.
Yeah, people were keeping their close eye on it. We actually just saw Chu go for a grab or a jab in neutral. He's having a really hard time setting up the infamous wobble, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
HBox is so good with this defense.
This makes me feel like HBox is playing this matchup a lot more aggressive than I remember him when he was playing in Genesis just a couple years back, but Chu gets the grab and he finally gets on the board. This was a much needed stock because, if Hungrybox took another one, I think that would have been lights out.
Yeah. Even
though we have seen crazy comebacks. What is that double spot dodge?
It works out. So scary to get grab. Now, Chu did take advantage of his low percent to get that wobble, as you said. The aggression from HBox, I think he was pretty confident there. So
yeah. One thing that I'm noticing here, Vro, is that there's a lot of use of light shielding. Is that particularly important in this matchup, or is that just something that Ice Climbers are doing a lot more these days?
No, I think it's a great observation. Chu is really good at using 2 different shields. So you'll see one soft and one light. Now, the tactical reason you do this is because Nana will move differently, and it's easier to protect her. So you can notice that as HBox is poking at him, he's keeping some good defense, and that's a skill not a lot of people highlight, which is Nana control.
Yeah. She protect, but she also attack. And, I think that's a really good point because people are really hyper focused on the grab, but you want to be able to set up a pretty good defense to make sure it doesn't even happen. But HBox gets one opening and all of a sudden Nana's down. Exactly. And so we're gonna have to see if Chu with his Sopo can at least try to get some damage here, or perhaps even take a stock.
It's gonna be a uphill battle for sure. And as we see, without Nana, the threat level is just so little. HBox is gonna be very aggressive.
He's covering all the options. That air dodge I think was a really good idea. Oh, misses the ledge dash. Hate to see it. And now Chu down to his last stock here in game number 1.
Yep, even missed ledge dash at EVO Winners Finals is possible. We notice also that because Nana's gone, there's a harder time to recover. So as soon as, I was just saying, it looked like another opportunity.
Yeah, opportunity indeed. And now HBox playing zone defense, keeping Nana again separate from Popo. And Nana has her own separate health basically at her own percentages. So even if it doesn't look like Sopo is within danger zone of percentages of getting KO'd by a big hit, Nana's taking so much knockback just from one forwarder like that.
Yep.
So this is a lot of hidden damage that we're not seeing, and just like that, Nana goes down. This is Chu's last opportunity, and it looks like HBox is in prime position to close it out here.
Yeah, with only one climber, it's so hard to recover. Chu's going to rack up some stray damage, but every edge guard looks so difficult. Now I want to touch up on something
smash
that you were highlighting, which is the different percents. We don't see Nana's percent, but they are different. And it was a good time to notice it, because as HBox is kicking the Ice Climbers, we can see that they're separating more and more. You do a lot more percent to Nana, she'll fly further, Popo will stay closer. It's very, very challenging to keep them together, so a lot of different separation techniques.
Yeah, I think that it's going to be really paramount, but we're going to go into Yoshi's story. You know, the short sides and tops of the stages makes it easier to KO the Puff. Ooh, the shield's getting a little low, but overall, I kind of like this pseudo-aggression that we're not used to seeing here from HBox, or perhaps am I kind of like a little outdated here, bro? Is this what kind of Puff does now to Ice Climbers?
You know, HBox has been fighting a little bit more aggressively than some of the other Puffs we've seen, who will take it to the platforms or jump away. I think he's very used to this matchup. He's very familiar with his teammate.
Fair enough, that's right.
And
Team Liquid connection.
Oh, yeah. And he has that good matchup experience where he's separating them so easily. Now, other Jigglypuffs will kick the Ice Climbers, but because of that percent thing we mentioned earlier, Nana separates so much further.
Yeah, and it's really tricky because Jigglypuff is doing a good job weaving between the characters and then also attacking with the cross-up. You know, that's the biggest challenge here with Jigglypuff. The drift, the aerial drift that you can use to control Jigglypuff threatens from so many different angles. And that's, I mean, it's not even just this matchup, it's any matchup Jigglypuff is in.
Certainly true, and you'll notice that the Ice Climbers will do their best to contest that horizontal drift with Wave Dash. So we see this dynamic of Ice Climbers be on the ground.
Okay, I like the juggles here, but oh, it gets a hold of Nana. Is that down for her? It is!
It's so tough, yeah. Chu cannot protect her. It's an even game.
When you're in a Sopa position like this, are you just trying to rack up damage, or is there actual game plan besides just trying to poke Jigglypuff and hoping that eventually she goes down?
You know, the safe damage track is certainly one that Chu's going to take. He's one of the best neutral players and solo climbers, as you mentioned earlier, so it's actually possible for him to rack up a kill if he just gets some safe damage like this.
Oh?
He's one aerial or one smash attack away from getting the stock. It's no easy feat for solo climber.
It really isn't, although if you see Chu play against lesser experienced players, he does make it look very easy. In fact, we have some experience over at Twitch office. Nintendude is #1 ranked for years internally at Twitch Esports with his Sopo. He purposely suicides Nana at the beginning of each of his stocks and tries to just win, and of course, he does. Turns out he's pretty good.
Yeah, neutral is
and also
such
we all hate him.
Shout out to Nintendude. What a great player.
Oh,
this Sopo is still alive.
Yeah, actually, he not only took the stock, but he's getting extra credit here.
HBox is playing it pretty safe.
Oh, nice land on Randall, just to get a little extra movement options. I think that's probably what really defines it for me. Chu's neutral with his movement on Sopo seems a lot cleaner. I think a lot of people get used to using Nana and kind of using her. It kind of feels like they're used to playing like just Ice Climbers and not necessarily Sopo, so I really appreciate watching him move.
Yeah, you're not the first person to kind of describe
nice.
Those two separate styles of play where even though it's the same toolkit without, you know, the partner, Nana, the play styles are quite different. And I'm going to kind of attribute that to Nana control where Chu has to play a little...
really funny turn.
I know, right? He has to play a little differently so that she doesn't get desynced out of, you know, control.
Yeah, unless you, of course, want to desync her. Oh, HBox surviving, trying to utilize that DI, but that's not going to be able to survive that aerial attack. And now Chu with one final grab with Nana alive, of course.
HBox is so good, though.
That was amazing separation.
Yeah, even from the grab break. He has to just take down the stock to make it even.
Oh, no! Misses the ledge.
Yeah,
now down to the last stock. But, you know, Chu still has that opportunity. And now we might see more of that cautious aerial approach. But no! HBox goes back in and gets the grab.
He grabbed right in the middle, and he defended that spot so well. And you know what? The percents are so different for the two. Any attack is going to separate them.
Wait, did Chu see that Puff was going for the grab and was trying to go for more percent on Puff right there? If that is, that's so smart. I don't play enough Ice Climbers to know. Chu makes the recovery, but Nana takes the hit.
Oh, he's not going to even try.
Oh, no. Oh. Okay, but we've seen the Sopo do well. One more up air, though, from Jigglypuff might be able to do it here.
He's having a hard time reaching the ground. Chu's in recovery mode.
Nice. Oh, and the drill up smash. The best of 3 is finished. HBox advances to the grand finals. Expected, but you know, that last game was a lot closer than I thought.
Yeah. And it interests me that in a best of 3, we saw Yoshi's story.
That's right. So, how does the band stages, I kind of wish we could, like, figure that out
Kind of
here
see what
impromptu.
they were doing, yeah.
Because, again, I very admittedly, I'm not super familiar with how stages get banned specifically for, like, a matchup like Puff versus Ice Climbers.
It's probably FD.
Right.
So
Final Destination is very scary for Puff usually.
yeah, exactly. I'm here thinking that Chu wants to get the smallest stage possible, maybe have it so that HBox can't run away, gets some faster kills as we mentioned, but we can't overlook FD. The flattest stage, the best stage for ground control.
That's right. We'll get to see if Chu can join the illustrious list of longtime Melee players to get an EVO championship. Hungry Box, of course, looking for his second. We also have 2 challengers that could potentially get there, and one of them is Bung Wipe, who is now joining us on stream. Actually,
this looks like losers finals.
We did get notification because we're behind schedule. We're actually going to go straight to the losers final. We had Bung Wipe play Dance the Man off stream in the interest of time. And of course, that's because our production crew, shout out to them. They come in 9, 8 a.m. in the morning, stay in the dark all day, have to hear everyone else get hype while they're kind of, working tirelessly. A lot of them are volunteers too. So a big shout out. Part of the reason why Melee Side event is still one of the biggest events here at EVO is because of the passion in the community. It's why I love it. It's why you guys love it. Watching around the world.
Yep. Shout out to the grassroots community. All the energy you guys are bringing to your favorite game.
Yep. Now, I do want to say, I know Bung White personally. He's a SoCal native, and he is a good friend of my roommate, Alex Raging Cherry Chiricosta. And Bung Wipe does come and practice, but, true to his name, he wipes the floor. And he's kind of a bunghole, but not really. He's actually a really sweet guy. He's actually one of the nicest guys I know.
He has a great name and a great play style.
And he does play Fox. Unless... Okay,
I was going to say, what are we seeing?
I would be extremely surprised because I have never seen him play a floaty in his life, let alone Ice Climbers.
This is an exciting match. We've seen Chudet drop a few games, 2 Fox players in the last year or 2. Aggressive Foxes are very good at separating the climbers, and once they're separated, then you just got to fight Popo.
Absolutely. I think everyone's model Fox versus Ice Climbers play would be Hacks Money versus Nintendo on Dreamland, where it was just an absolute demolition. I will never forget that set.
Pound 2016.
Partially because I saw Nintendo message internally. I was like, wow, I just got really wrecked.
Yeah.
That's the PG version. That's like PS4 sponsor friendly. Cup Noodle in the background. I'm not going to say anything more. Let's get into game number 1 here on Battlefield.
Already high action from Bung Wipe. He's already aggressively shining, and oh my goodness, barely misses this edge guard.
Yeah, Bung Wipe is very technical Fox. The big problem is his consistency. He tends to drop a lot of things when starts getting really heated, especially in last stock situations.
So easy.
And just like that, he gets stuck in shine and gets bopped. That's just the story of Fox, but that's also the story of Bung Wipe in a nutshell.
Yeah, it is very easy for Fox to get caught in his frames, especially for a player like Bung Wipe, who I don't think has been on this main stage.
No, that's another thing too. He told me how nervous he was going into it just because he's not used to playing on a big stage. And this is EVO. This is top 3.
Top 3
This is
of
something
EVO.
that he's going to tell his grandkids and his grandkids, because of course Melee will survive until that time period.
The end of time for us, Melee forever.
But he will not show them the VOD because this is looking ugly. It looks like Chu is just winning neutral one time with the grab, and then or getting a really good edge guard. And Bung Wipe, he's not even capitalizing. He separated the Ice Climbers, but finally able to get his first stock here with the up smash.
Yeah, sometimes he'll drop a little thing, and then Chu, looking rock solid, will take advantage of it.
Jab reset into the grab.
Oh, into a check J situation. Bung Wipe gets out. What the heck?
Was it the Nana with the get up attack plus the combo? This is like playing duos or doubles, rather.
Yeah, right.
All right, a little bit too much battle royale for me.
Bung Wipe, though, trying to pick up the speed again.
Yeah, Chu's very threatening, and it seems like Bung Wipe went from really aggressive to a little bit defensive with the laser, but again, very simple edge guard hitting him off. This is very systematic. Bung Wipe's got to be a lot cleaner with his approach.
We saw him start pretty well.
Yeah, and one thing that I kind of feel like I'm noticing too is the trading back and forth. Chu missing the follow-up grab off the down throw, but finally Bung Wipe seems to get an edge guard situation. Can he capitalize here?
He gets Nana out. Popo's still here. And you know what you gotta love is Chu's anti-air game. We always talk about the grab game from Ice Climbers, but in this game particularly, I saw a ton of up airs coming out from Ice Climbers, and that is, I think, the final piece in the Ice Climbers game. You have the amazing grab, and what's the biggest counter to grab? Jump. If you're in the air, you can't be grabbed.
Well, I was under the impression Grab was literally unbeatable by watching Nunn's Twitter feed, but no, that's a really good piece of news.
Yeah, other games.
This is my first Melee cast, and I'm casting Shade as some of my favorite players. That is no disrespect. I should probably stay in my lane here. Grab into, well, I mean, getting some damage here. One thing that I noticed is exactly what you're talking about. It just seems like he's winning exchanges every time Fox is dropping down on the ice climbers. He's putting out the hitbox, and Fox is running out to it.
Yeah, and it's really important for you to defend that spot against the air. Simple edge guard coming from Chu. That's a veteran player right there. He walks a little bit before the down smash.
Yes. Spaces it perfectly. Fox can't sweet spot. Bungwipe is very good at the recoveries. Every time he has a very famous amount of sweet spot recoveries whenever he plays our friendlies with us. But right now, it looks like he doesn't even have a grasp on this matchup whatsoever, let alone being able to pressure Chu.
You know, I've seen some moments of brilliance, and I have no doubt that Bungwipe is as good as you're saying.
Right.
And it's just a little bit of the nerves, a little bit of a great play. Oh my God, Chu!
Oh, wow.
He went deep.
Oh, yeah. But he kind of forgot his repel to go back on stage. Chu with the grab and the wobble. That's the second stock.
Fast finish right there.
The mercy killing. Who knew Chudat was good and merciful?
We're still going to see a yes right after this.
Will we? Oh no, he gets the grab. He jumps straight into grab.
That was so fast, Frodan.
Well, I wonder if the angle that he's launched at, can he tech the rock behind him, or is Chu going to keep wobbling him until the stage transforms?
So there's two options. There's the up smash, or you wait for the transformation. And there it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Bungwipe, every time he gets a little bit of confidence in him, it feels like he just slips right in front of him.
Yeah, and I think right now you can see that. He's uncertain on even how to approach the situation. I mean, one, it's a matchup that I know he doesn't play because, you know, there's not many Ice Climber players in the world, let alone in SoCal, that everyone tries to be cool. And that is a third grab. That is a third wobble, and that is 2-0 for Chudat.
Bungwipe, you had your time on the stage, and she was walking you out.
Yeah, welcome to EVO! 2-0 Bungwipe. I mean, he wasn't exactly the one doing the wiping. Chu gonna get his rematch with HBox. It's a fast top three here. Yeah. I mean, we have no illusions of grandeur. Oh, and there's the Yayas.
Perfect. He was waiting for the camera.
We have a rule whenever I work with Red Bull.
Yeah.
Shout out to them, of course, great sponsor for this event. They always have a rule internally called ABB, always be branded. That's why everywhere you go, they're wearing the hat, they have the cans, they have the cool swag and the backpacks. With Chudat, it's always the Yayas.
It's always Yayas.
It's just, it's not him without the Yayas. It's the brand.
Always on brand. That was a fast 2-0. Bungwipe, congratulations for making it as far as you did. A lot of players did not actually make it through the bracket.
Chudat talking about how he won. Like, yeah, and then I just grabbed him and wobbled him. And HBox was like, yeah, and then I rested. Kind of going over their kill moves together.
Yeah, the Team Liquid camaraderie.
No,
character club.
No, they're definitely tight. I mean, they've teamed together. Obviously, they rocking the sick jersey, specifically with the Marvel Team Liquid Alliance.
Yep.
That's dope.
Very,
and of course,
cool.
A quick look at all of our sponsors who help make EVO possible. I do want to say one final thing before we go into this. If you've never been to an EVO Championships before, you're messing up because there's nothing like it. Even though it's just a side event, there's still a lot of people being passionate, a lot of fans, and Hungrybox is still getting mobbed when he's playing his matches in bracket. I felt like I was just at a normal national.
There are a lot of fans here, guys, and there are so many other games. EVO is a cannot-miss event. It is in Las Vegas every year. Guys, plan ahead and come out to EVO.
Yeah, or, you know, road trip, or do the thing that Smashers usually do, which is make last-minute plans to sleep on each other's hotel floors. Because, I mean, that's part of the charm, in my opinion.
You said you're not a community member, but you know the secrets.
Mainly because they keep asking me for hotel space.
I might
It's okay. We're going into game number 1 here, straight to Yoshi's story. Now, I believe Grand Finals is best of 5, as is per tradition at EVO.
So we somehow started on here. HBox not afraid since he won Game 2 of Winners Finals here.
Yeah. Is Chu going to change his game plan, or perhaps just going to execute a little bit cleaner?
I already see him controlling the middle a lot, and, you know, HBox has been beating it with these grabs.
Right, because, you know, Chu, when he's going to the center, he's shielding a ton because he's afraid of the aerial drift, and specifically the Jigglypuff coming down with Fair Bear, or even Drill, right? Drill's been really effective as a kill setup because you can get into an up smash.
Exactly. All of our aerials confirm quite well, and the mix-up from HBox to do the grounded grab, just like that,
yeah,
is so fast and so convenient.
I mean, that's something that like I really appreciate, because I feel like Puffs are a little bit too much of a keep away usually, and that's kind of what leads to the slow matchup.
Yeah.
But HBox going to capitalize on the fear and be able to move in. Wow.
Yeah, such great positioning form. And you were right to notice that HBox has been pretty aggressive this set.
Yeah, and I wonder if that's because it's a mix-up. Perhaps he's figured out something about the matchup, or perhaps Chu hasn't given him, or rather forced him to respect that space.
I think that's a great way to say it, that HBox is pretty confident. He might be testing out stuff at a lower stake tournament, and Chu is not giving him trouble.
Oh my goodness.
Mesmerized by these aerials.
Yes. But Chu with the rush.
What happened?
Was that just a wake-up grab?
Yeah. HBox is like, there's no way he's gonna just wake up grab.
You know, sometimes I admire that because against players of HBox caliber, or just like anybody in like, you know, top 20, top 50, even top 100, sometimes the smart option doesn't really work because that's what they're covering. And then you just do something that's, you know, air quote, like dumb or like
hard of the cards.
Like what scrubs do. And yeah, hard of the cards. Nice. You're speaking my language now.
Well, it's just whatever you top deck, right? You just gave it to them.
That's right, or whatever you get off of Heroes Down B.
Oh my goodness. HBox very dominant.
Yep, good coverage, covering the high recovery. And, you know, she does a great job with mixing up the recovery. I always feel like the Ice Climb's recovery feels so linear, yet it's kind of hard to cover. It's kind of like Captain Falcon's
it seems
recovery.
like it's so easy, and then they get by you.
They just, well, they're kind of powerless after they sputter out. It's like, well, they always somehow skitter by and grab the ledge.
It's just hypnotizing because they're spinning.
Another separation, Nana goes down. This is looking bad for Chu. Already more than half his stock's taken.
And these grabs are just amazing. I can't believe how many are connecting from HBox. You'd think the Ice Climbers would be grabbing Puff.
Right, but Puff's the one grabbing the Ice Climbers.
What a world. Chu always blocking in the middle.
Okay. So, Chu's feels like stopping a little bit farther away from Puff. Before he was running straight up and shielding, and now it seems like he's trying to keep his distance, but it's not working. And another stock taken, HBox. One more stock, and he's going to be game 1 over to him.
Blocking Ice Climbers in the air, so strong for him, stealing out that kill with that up air. And yeah, you're right. Shootout has been respecting the distance a little bit differently, and HBox has been aware. He's only grabbing when he's pinned down.
Okay. Able to get that stock, but still a lot more ground to make up here.
A lot of weaving mind games right now.
Yeah, and
It's scary.
Seems like Chu is also going for the grabs a lot more too. Do you think this is an act of desperation, or is this just a mix-up?
I think it's a strong mix-up where he knows, like, my only way to win is if I really do clear out the stock. So I need to really be careful about Nana. And the time is running out. Nana's health is depleting.
Yeah, well, it's more than depleted. It's gone.
It's gone.
Now, HBox just has to land a couple of really clean hits, and game will be his.
We've actually seen Chudat beat a high-caliber player from this same position at an EVO before.
Right.
So don't count him out.
Oh, I never count out Chudat, but it is a Sopo. It is an up smash, and that is game 1. Team Liquid's Hungry Box.
Now, I haven't seen the lower bracket for top 4, but it would not surprise me if HBox has not dropped a single game.
You know what? I'm going to go check. It's a great question. Last time I looked at the bracket, he had not dropped a single game.
Yeah, I think that's...
Because if I had won against... I faced Bung Wipe in the quarterfinals, and had I won that, I would have won to face HBox.
There you go.
And of course, I would have taken him out with my sick Marth play that can't even pivot.
Zane would give you some lessons maybe one day. You listen to us, Zane?
Well, I mean, one thing that Zane, I was telling him to do is that he actually analyzes the way Puff breathes so that he can get the grab off the normal instead of using dash cams to grab.
Yeah, because Puff kind of oscillates on the ground.
Yeah, exactly. It's very weird, but, you know, we're not going to see any Marth here for the top 3. We're going to see Ice Climbers.
Now we get to see FD, the stage that we thought was banned in Winners Finals.
I always assume so, given that it always seems like Puff does struggle with Final Destination a little bit more than other, a lot more than other stages.
More, yeah. And one of the tactics we saw HBox trying to do was that empty hop grab. He gets grabbed right here by Ice Climbers for doing it. Yeah. And I want to mention that when he was doing it on Yoshi's story, and you were pointing it out, Chu kind of came to a predictable spot in the middle. Now FD, there's so many spots in the middle. It's so hard to pin him down.
And there's also, it doesn't feel like there's many spots for Jigglypuff to take the aerial approach that you're kind of talking about, because there's no platforms for Puff to get her jumps back.
Yep.
And those 5 jumps are very valuable. And I mean, it's not really stopping H-Puff from playing fairly aggressive, although it did cost him an early stock.
Yeah. He did a nice job separating right there, and as we mentioned earlier, the single recovery is so much easier to handle. Now, without those platforms, you're right, Jigglypuff has to land a little differently, and I want to kind of touch up on one thing. Oh, but I can't because Nana's dead.
All from 1 pound?
Okay, nice recovery from Chew. Big drift away. Nana did barely back.
So, you know, Chew almost getting the save by using that aerial and recovery immediately, but it looks like Nana goes down.
You see how H-Box took the ledge and was fighting in between them?
Yeah. It's just kind of keeping away. Like, you know, I was trying to use him to turn zone defense, but I really feel like he's like a great NBA caliber defender, right? Being able to threaten the immediate point while also stopping the cutoff. And what that basically means is like it's the fear is what makes it really difficult for Chew to commit to recovery or saving Nana, or even getting damage in.
Yeah, he's great at pressuring both, and he's never put himself in a dangerous position. So H-Box doing a great job at this counter pick. Look at that. So simple.
Yeah, and Chew has to recover, but very simple way to cover for H-Box. I like the up smashes too. It's definitely an underutilized tool, I think, from Puff that H-Box incorporated a lot more in recent years.
Vertical kill is just always so good in this game. It's harder to DI, harder to turn from.
That's a good point. I never really thought about it in terms of the DI. I always knew that's just really good, but
nice kill from Chudat to seal it out. You never got to count out his back airs. The way Chew does back airs, it's very good. Now, Dan, while we have a little bit of time before Nana gets plopped right off, I do want to mention, oh my, it happens every time.
Yeah, I mean, you saw that Chew spent a lot of his time trying to recover. The yo-yo back. Oh, the spot dodge, though.
Yeah.
But at what cost?
Yeah,
generic caster sayings.
Shout out to Breaky. he's a legend, man.
I mean, we have said that for decades in this space. Pretty much in every major game here. Oh man, okay, I like these pokes, these wave dash and jabs. They're messing it up because normally it feels like what Chew has been doing was sliding in and then shielding or keeping his distance. So H-Box was used to be able to utilize that to either drift or try to like even counter immediately with it by the grab.
Yeah.
So the jabs do mess him up, but it didn't look like it can capitalize.
Now, it did interrupt a couple aerials, but you're right. Just because jabbing Puff doesn't mean you got anything out of it.
Yeah, like other characters, you know, most notably, of course, Fox and all of them, get that jab, it leads immediately to a kill with like up smash. My favorite cheese, honestly. Wow, that killed?
That back here, he scoots so quickly with that wave dash.
Okay, now it's a one-stock game. One wobble game.
H-Box doing some great aerials.
Yeah, but, you know, Chew's not going down to the fight, trying to disrupt the Nana punishing. Leave Nana alone, she's suffered enough!
It's over for Nana.
Oh, gosh.
I have to just comment on the amazing weaving and target switching from H-Box, making the 2v1 look so easy.
Yeah, I mean, I can really get behind this style from H-Box here because it's honestly kind of a work of art.
And that's it. He had a small deficit, but he never gave it up.
Yeah, and, you know, Chew took the early lead, but it's not about how you start, it's how you finish. More generic platitudes, yada, yada. Hungry Box is up 2-0. One game away from being undefeated in any game in EVO 2019. And although people could probably knock, of course, the caliber of talent, I know La Luna and Lucky, for example, didn't make their pools matches, but still, it's something that is quite impressive nonetheless.
Yeah, and that's something that some viewers at home might not know is because it's a side event, it's a little bit harder to coordinate with things. Players did not make it.
Yeah, and also there's, you know, the community was the one bringing the setups, not EVO itself. Oh, Chew gets the grab, but unable to capitalize. Nana got out of position.
And what happens when you wave dash a lot is that she can't be out of position.
Yeah, it's like the early stages of Pacific Rim. Terrible movie, by the way. But the, you know, Nana and Popo are out of sync. You need to get that in line before the wobble can actually get down and execute.
For the end of the world.
Before the kaiju attacks. I always liked it because Chris Pine always tried to look so serious, but he's so handsome all the time. It's like,
it's hard to take him.
Man, I can't take what you say seriously.
Good looking.
Yeah, I'm too aroused.
Jigglypuff with only a 40 damage on her. Nice edge guarding. It really just comes down to separating them and then one by one edge guarding them. Beautiful.
These low pounds are like such good mix-ups because it's trying to cover Chu's out of shield options as well, because you can see that he's shielding and trying to pop up with like an up air and poke the Jigglypuff and get into position where you get a nice hit. But sometimes the pound catches, and when the pound lands, we saw HBox kills Nana off of 1 pound. So, you know, I like that from HBox, but it looks like the stock finally going back to Chudat, so the stock count is equalized.
Yeah, great job from Chu. It did look so difficult, but all those stray hits do add up. He finds that grab. And I gotta comment on that pound that you were talking about. It is a great mix-up to include with both aerial and empty hop grab. The timings are all so different, so HBox is assaulting the ground so many different ways.
You don't have to say empty hop grab, you can say tomahawk grab. I know a little bit about melee terminology, bro.
There you go.
I appreciate that, though. For all the viewers at home, of course. Empty hop grab. Instead of attacking, you land, you feint, you wave dash in, and then you go for the grab. It's a great mix-up, especially if they're afraid of an actual attack. Jigglypuff threatens multiple attacks just with 1 jump alone.
Yeah, her short hop is so devastating.
Okay, Chu. The Sopo, we hyped it up a lot. It's kind of done okay.
He has room to get this kill.
Nice. What's he going to do?
Fair sense outward. HBox a little scared of it. Pulled back in the player cam.
Yep. Okay, looks like HBox has changed his approach to zoning out with his neutral layer.
Yeah.
Another very underrated tool of Puff.
Popo's at that percent right now. It knocks back pretty far, so it's pretty safe to.
It's true. Although it's also, Popo's also at the percent, and Puff like lands an up air instead. Nice! Well done by Chudat. Now he's taking a small lead.
An unlikely stock is taken.
Oh.
How much extra credit can he get? HBox doing a nice job kind of contesting that edge.
Yep. And of course, Chudat doing a great job putting hitbox where he thinks HBox will drift into, but that up air that we mentioned, gonna take it down.
Yeah. Once he starts the squall by himself, it's just so susceptible.
You know, we're gonna cross the 4-minute threshold, which is halfway through the game, but it's the action's actually kind of been fast and furious.
Yeah,
it hasn't felt very slow.
I think this is actually the longest game we've seen so far, and it should be. It's match point.
That's right. Tournament point. And it goes down super quickly.
Yeah.
Now, we've seen this episode happen before.
HBox at so low percent, though. This wave dash back here from Chu is not going to do too much.
Oh, no! The air dodge directly off stage. Chudat on his last stock. HBox looking in prime position with his aggressive play, loving it. Maybe even starting to think about what he wants to do to pop off here, or maybe no pop off warranted. We'll see.
Yeah, I think he's already in victory mode, playing so cautiously.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. You know, he's been kind of doing one and a half general styles of play, but kind of changing up the pace a little bit. It's what makes Jigglypuff such a dynamic character, and honestly hated by many because it has so many variable ways it can control the pace of the game.
Yeah, and it's definitely an underrated part about her gameplay is that she can change it up a lot. We see HBox now committing to like this drift back strategy.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of what we expected early on, right?
This takes the least risk out of the matchup. Yeah,
but by having the patience to go back and forth and then going for the pound when she was like not expecting it, Nana goes down. We are moments away from potentially crowning HBox as the EVO 2019 champion.
It'll be his second victory at EVO. And there it is, undefeated. Hungrybox taking it 3-0.
Hungrybox, your 2019 EVO champion. A very modest fist bump.